Hello everyone, it's your friend Dylan here with a brand new video. Um, Today I'm going to be talking about hatchets, axes, and odds, and ads. Um, Now, we're going to be going over the history, evolution, my thoughts, my opinions, what you should do if you want to buy one of these amazing tools, or what could be weapons, but to me an axe is just a tool. I only have two hatchets. I don't have an axe. The difference between a hatchet and an axe is a hatchet has a much smaller handle, and you can have it one-handed. You can one-hand it. You could throw it. Also, um, it's much smaller, definitely, and you can put them on your belt. Um, Bushcrafters use them. Native American culture used them, and so much others. People in the world have used them. But also, the axe has a humongous handle, takes two hands to wield, um, and that's it about the two differences. Um, so yes, I'm going to show you mine collection. Let's go off with the most noticeable one. This is a hatchet, very long handle. I could double this if I wanted to, but I don't really want to do that, It's nice to just, one-hand it. But this is its blade. Need to sharpen it. Ooh, it's still sharp. I have used this on wood before, and I have crafted several things with it. Bow and arrows and all sorts of other stuff. That is a fine edge right there. But yeah, you can find these at Tractor Supply, Walmart, have some of those in the survival section. Um, but still, I'm going to tell you some stuff about what you want to find in a hatchet. You might want one of these. I would say wood is good because it takes vibration very nicely when you slam down on it. A nice hickory handle's best, or oak, maybe even yew would be good woods for it. Plastic isn't okay, as long as it's very hard plastic. You might want to hit it with a hammer, test it out. Um, and I and you might always you want the head to be in there by tension, not by uh, other things. 1 second. There's a push pin in my floor. All sorts of fun when you come over at my house. Alright, anyway, sorry. So yeah, you always want one of those. If you do go to Walmart, never, ever, 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 ever buy one of those small hatchets that are like $10. They have the head and then like a stick coming down through the middle, and then they have the grip. They're only separated into 3 pieces, and then they're only held together by tension through that rod, not through the whole stick, So it's going to break much easier than one of these things would. But what you want to do. Now I will talk about something, the tomahawk. Now, tomahawk and the axe are completely different. Tomahawks and hatchets are different. Tomahawks have a much smaller blade, and it's called a bearded axe head, which means that it's circular. It's not just coming down to a slant like this. It's not so symmetrical and an axe head shape. It's got it's like there's a circle that comes through there, and then the head's there. If you want to know what it looks like, yeah, go free ahead and look it up on Google. But yeah, my thoughts on this is a very nice hatchet. It's lasted me about a year. Still is good. Never uh, get your foot close to it when chopping down a tree and you need to hold it down so you can chop it in half. Blah blah blah. But also never throw this. It could really end badly. And also always watch out for others whilst working with one of these things. Um, yeah, basic safety. Really nice. I'd recommend this as a beginner's hatchet. And then you start going to the big leagues. These type of hatchets are my personal preference, along with this next one I showed you, because they're very sturdy, very good. They work very nicely. Now, I just recently bought this today. It is a very small hatchet, tiny. It's got a small grip there. Now, this is made to be one-handed, but it's got this beautiful little leather casing around it, buttons. There's the head. This is gorgeous. Very. Ow, I just got poked. Oh, I'm bleeding. That's good. Good. Axe right there. Or a good hatchet. See that the metal going straight down through the grip? That means that this is one single axe, all made out of the exact same steel. It runs straight through the handle with rivets in it. That is my most personal preference when buying a knife or any other thing, is when it has rivets through it and it runs down through the whole handle. If you know what this is called, please tell me. It's like a mixture between a knife and a hatchet. And it's got this beautiful ivory handle. It's got a nice brown tint to it. It's got little grip marks for you. It's got a hand guard, so so your hand doesn't slip up or anything whilst chopping down anything. I would never use this chop down wood. This is more of a display thing. This is a very tiny hatchet. So if I had to, like if I was in a protection of myself situation, I'd probably throw this at the guy. Also, never do that. Just never do that. And people who want to attack you who watch this video, don't attack people, alright? It will not end nicely for you. Or you might win, but your chances of winning are fairly slim, because most people are on the side of the person who's getting beat up, not the person who's beating up the person. Remember that, alright? Next time you want to pick a fight with someone. Especially, don't pick a fight with me. You shouldn't pick a fight with anyone, alright? There's a little pep talk for you. But anyway, this is a very nice piece. I love it. But now it's time to go over the history of the axe/hatchet. Most of these are hatchets or axes, so I'm just going to say axes and hatchets. There will be a goofball in here called the odds. Alright. So, I know that my videos are about history, blah 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 blah, me talking about stuff, blah 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 blah. Okay, but we believe that the first ever weapons or first ever tools that had a blade, where it was a humongous chunk of flint, a humongous flint stone that had one sharp edge on it. We believe that one of our cousins picked it up one day and got cut on it and used it to fight people and to chop down stuff, and just made life a lot easier. So man chopped down trees and stuff and figured out he could use the axe, but it's called the hand axe because you hold it over the stone part, and then the blade should be coming down here, and then you just hit at it. It's called the hand axe, and that was our first ever bladed tool. But man found out he could sharpen points on sticks to create spears, which he used to hunt game. Then later evolutions of weapons and weapons for hunting and tools came about. Alright. So then the Bronze Age happened, because people were using flint axes and stone axes and securing them with sinew. I actually do have a stone axe. I used a multitude of stuff. I do have sinew, which is what this stuff is. Not the black, but the other things. The black is strings there to just secure it even more, because sinew works nicely, but still, it's not completely the best stuff on planet Earth. This is a stone tomahawk. Wedge between it, it's got a back, and it's got a pretty nice edge on it. You could cut down a small tree with it. It's very tiny. This is what most people would use. Ignore the rubber band and the black stuff. But, it's secured with sinew. It's a sharpened edge on a blade. Of course, they did use flint also. This is just a stone I found, because why not? But yep, this is an axe. More specifically, a throwing tomahawk or a hatchet. Now it's time to talk about the oddball, the adze. The adze was is a relative of the axe, but instead of the axe blade going this way, the adze blade is going this way. It's diagonal, and that was probably the first ever axe tool. You could use it to dig in the dirt. You could use the back of it to hit things. You could use it for all sorts of stuff. But this has resurfaced in our modern times and that sort of thing. So that's why you don't hear about the adze all too often, even though it is such a humongous step in our humanity's journey to be the strongest species on planet Earth. So after the Bronze Age happened, axe heads were made and put on wooden bodies. If you want to look at good axe heads from the Bronze Age, look up ancient Egyptian axes and Mesopotamian axes. Yep. So then the Iron Age happened, still was invented. The bearded axe became a thing, not just for hunting anymore or tools, but also for weapons as medieval times progressed. The Celts and the barbarians used the bearded axe, which had a humongous pole and took two hands, against Roman legionaries and other barbarians. They also had throwing axes called Franciscas. that was about when it was used most often, and especially the pike was made. It had a fluke in the back, spear, and also a an axe head, of course. Very nice. I like the pike. I think it looks amazing. If a soldier did carry it whilst in medieval garment, that would look amazing. But my personal opinion on hatchets and these, they're excellent. Just, I can't deny it. It's the tool that does everything for you. The hatchet. You can hit it with a back for a hammer. You can use its blade. You could throw it as a throwing weapon to get your prey at long range. If you throw it at a rock hard enough, or a certain type of rock, it could create a spark. If you had some flint, or if you found natural flint, you could have a flint still for starting fires. You just use the blade on it, and it would work. It's just so many things you could do with an axe. It's just amazing. And you don't have to worry about, oh, what type of metal would my hatchet be if I was in a survival situation, because mostly blades are made out of steel. Steel was invented during medieval times and was used in swords, armors, you name it, with metal in it. Bronze was still used, but not as big as steel in Europe. So, yep. That's all I have today to talk about. But here's one little thing to tell you. If you are worried about if your hatchet is made out of steel, or if it's just aluminum, try to check its pricing. The package should say. Yep. Thank you for watching today's video, and I hope you enjoy. Please like and subscribe. I know I don't usually say subscribe often, but I could really use it right now. And I want to say a couple shout outs. One is to your local animator. One is to the best memer. One's also to Lefty Fazbear. Thank you. And also Grant Proctor. Thank you all for subscribing. Please like and share with your friends, family, fans, co-workers, just anyone. Thank you for watching today's video, and I'll be back.